What's up, guys? This is Ray, and welcome to Asian Films. And today, it's still May, so that means I have another review of a live-action anime adaptation for you guys. And that adaptation is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan came out in 2015, and it was actually split into two parts. Both parts screened in movie theaters here in Japan 1 month after the other, and both movies were directed by Higuchi Shinji. And the cast features heaps of people, but they're all led by Miura, Haruma, Mizuhara, Kiko, and Hongo Kanata. And as I said earlier, the movie was split into two parts, but today we'll just be talking about part one. I'll talk about part two another day, but I'd just like to talk about part one. And, you know, for the record, I consider myself a fan of Attack on Titan. I read a good chunk of the manga, I watched all the anime, so I think I'm pretty up to date with everything. And I watched Attack on Titan, both movies, when they came out to the movie theaters. And to sum it all up, yeah, I was hugely disappointed. And that's because, you know, I'll just say this right away. As an adaptation, this live action does not adapt the source material well, especially when it comes to the story and the way the characters are written. And they change up almost everything when it comes to the characters and the way and their motivations and the way they interact with each other, and especially their origins. They had to change up a lot of the origins. And in the source material, they feature a predominantly European cast of characters, but in this live action, it's all Japanese actors playing the characters. So a lot of key characters from the source material were taken out and replaced with new guys, original characters made strictly for this movie. But the discussion on how well this movie adapts the source material, that's not the discussion I want to talk about today. I'm just going to talk about this live action adaptation as a standalone movie, and yeah, let's dive into that. And the story of Attack on Titan takes place sometime in the future, or at least it's hinted at, in which the human race has all but been cornered into this castle town guarded by a few walls. And the reason why they're close to extinction is because out of nowhere, close to 100 years ago, Titans emerged and started eating up the whole entire human population. And the story takes place in present day, and Titans have re-emerged. And what do? This huge, giant, colossal Titan breaks down the outer wall of this castle town, and in comes this horde of Titans. They start decimating, killing everyone, snatching humans up and just munching on them, and everyone runs away in fear. And the survivors include Eren, Armin, and Mikasa, and they, along with the rest of the Survey Corps, which is like this small military unit, it's their job to hunt down the demons, try to kill them, and also at the same time deliver a bomb that will hopefully repair the wall and help keep the Titans out. So as far as the positives are concerned, the visuals. You know, I honestly like the visuals a lot. You know, being a fan of kaiju movies and tokusatsu movies, you know, especially being a fan of Godzilla and Gamera, I felt that the visuals of Attack on Titan felt right at home for fans of the genre, and I didn't have a problem with any of it. And the film, I think, contains a pretty good amount of violence. Granted, the manga and anime were a whole lot bloodier and a whole lot violent and grotesque, but I think the live action still, you know, has its own level of violence and gore. I think it's acceptable, and not only the way that the Titans are dressed up and costumed, but just the way everything is pieced together. I thought the tricks they used to make the Titans look really big and the humans look small, and the Titans scooping them up and eating them. Yeah, you know, I liked it. I really liked it. And the last positive I have to say is I do like the location which everything was shot in. Granted, nothing looked like an old school European town, just like how the source material was, but everything looked like end of the world, you know, truly post-apocalyptic. And that's because the movie was shot in Battleship Island in Nagasaki Prefecture, which happens to be my home prefecture here in Japan. And if you guys haven't passed through, the place is really a deserted island, and buildings have been crumbling for years. And if you want to see what the end of the world looks like, this is a real place on Earth which you can actually visit and check for yourself. But as far as the positives, that's pretty much it. And when it comes to the negatives, everything else I had a lot of problems with. I had a lot of problems with the acting, especially with the main character, Miura Haruma. I don't think he has a whole lot of range, and for the most part, it looked like he was either just monotone, or even trying to overact to compensate for the kind of emotions that the writing was trying to bring out of him. But my least favorite has to go to Hasegawa Hiroki's character, an original character for this movie by the name of Shikishima. And I don't know, he's made to be this kind of cool, really masterful warrior, but the way he did his performance is that, it felt kind of monotone. I felt like with the way he used his voice to speak his words, I didn't really feel that kind of aura at all, like that he was cool or that he was awesome. I just felt, all right, this is just a character that was put in this movie probably just because he has a Japanese name. I'd rather have Levi instead of Shikishima, but as I said before, that's a whole nother story. And, with all that aside, just him portraying this original character, I just can't feel Hasegawa Hiroki's performance. Granted, I don't think he's a bad actor. I like a few of the movies that he's been in, but in this particular role, I just wasn't feeling it at all. And it's maybe because just the way the drama was structured in this movie felt just very awkward, especially because a lot of the interactions, a lot of motivations they had to rewrite for this movie, and in the end, it just felt just awkward. I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, there was that scene with Shikishima, Eren, and Mikasa and the apple. I don't know, that was just a strange scene. I'm pretty sure it was meant to be this artistic kind of scene filled with a lot of subtle meanings, but the way it played out, and especially what happened afterwards, it was just really awkward. And what happened afterwards, like Eren just walks out of the building and screams in really weird pain for some reason. I don't know. It just didn't flow right together. And relating to the drama, many of the character interactions, the character relationships were very underdeveloped. Things were just rushed along just so they can squeeze everything as much as they can, at least in the runtime of this movie. Particularly the relationship between Eren and what's her name? I can't remember the character's name, but the character who was played by Misaki Ayame. Yeah, what they were trying to do with these two characters in the story, they just rushed it. They really didn't have any good build up to it, and the payoff of everything, it's like, okay, whatever, it just happened. Let's just go to the next part of the story. And speaking of Misaki Ayame, I felt that there were a lot of wasted talent in this movie. Misaki Ayame is one of them, and also Takeda Rina. If you've seen any other works, you know that Takeda Rina is a master at karate. And Misaki Ayame has done a whole lot of tokusatsu action works. And to see them just being portrayed as helpless, screaming girls in this story who just want nothing but to find love or to find guys or get laid, I don't know. It was just disheartening seeing that, I know what these two girls are capable of, and I wish they were placed in roles that demanded a lot more of their talents. And the other negatives I have to say of this movie relate to how much off course it is from the source material, but that I won't get into that just because everyone else has already said their piece, and I don't think I need to say anything more other than that. But overall, what did I think about Attack on Titan? If you watch it without knowing anything about the original anime, if you watch it as a kaiju movie, similar to Godzilla or Gamera or even King Kong, I think it's not all that bad. If you just want to watch it just for Titans swooping up humans and munch them. I mean, admittedly, I got a bit hungry just seeing the Titans just constantly having a buffet. And if you watch it like that, I don't think you'll have much of a problem. I think many kaiju movies, you don't really watch for the in-depth human characters. You watch it for the big monster action. I think if you watch Attack on Titan live action, just with that in mind, I think you can have an alright time. If you watch it looking for a good adaptation, you will absolutely not have a good time. But yeah, those are my thoughts, at least, on Attack on Titan, the live action. What did you guys think, or what kind of questions did you guys have? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And by all means, please support Asian Filmist on Patreon. It really helps the channel a lot. And yeah, as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all again in the next video. Take it easy.